want a freebie, said no rich person ever. Ever.
En cambio de decir, él me encanta, yo lo quiero, pues dímelo a mí, que no hago daño. Baby, cuando te vi, con tu falda, no exagero, me quería morir. Yo sé que estoy loco por ti.
Hello my darlings, and welcome back to my channel and to another video. So I know the title of this video is quite cheeky, and I just hope it will open some discussions in the comments below. Of course, all positive. Today we are going to talk about money. And throughout my life, I have gone through many different phases when it comes to wealth and money. And I have noticed a couple of things that have basically kept me or people around me in my environment not happy with where we are in regards to finances. So I really wanna open up here. I'm gonna be quite honest in this video. I mean, I always am, you know me, but this is kind of brutally honest video. However, I just really hope that you will not take this the wrong way. I am also still work in progress when it comes to financials. And you know what? We are mostly women, first of all, on this channel. 90% of you guys, maybe 80% of you guys are women. And I feel like, especially this year, when it's so crucial to take care of yourself, your finances and your well-being because of all the things that are going on around the world, it's very important to open this kind of a discussion on any platform, including mine, because I feel like now more than ever we have to support each other and basically promote gorgeous, healthy lifestyle. And what I mean by that, it's of course being healthy, being, you know, in tune with yourself. These are all important things, but financials come hand in hand with that. You know, because of financials, you are restricted in so many things that you might want to do, or health-wise, the way you eat, etc. So I feel like finances will be the first step when it comes to sorting your life out and going towards this year and any other with a completely different mindset. I noticed that when I changed my mindset a few years ago, I went from pretty poor. I mean, I wasn't struggling with putting food in my mouth, but I definitely was struggling in general. So I went from completely, you know, unhappy when it comes to my finances to a pretty much complete financial freedom and complete debt-free living. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this is of course first video like that on this channel, so there will be a lot more to uncover, but I'm gonna go ahead in this video and tell you about certain things that I have noticed that keep you in that poor mindset. And those are the things that you have to change immediately to be even able to open yourself up to an idea of wealth in your life. So I hope that you're gonna enjoy this. I am a little bit nervous since it is a first video like this on this channel. But I just hope you are gonna receive it with open mind and open hearts, because I am only here to share my experiences and also experiences of close people around me. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. These are the things that basically keep you poor, and you have to remove them from your life. Okay, so the first thing, which honestly, I personally am not guilty of. However, 90% of people that are around me definitely are, and I just want to put in their own experiences in here, because this is what kind of differentiates me at the moment from some of my loved ones, and that's what completely changed my life comparing to them. So the first thing you absolutely have to remove from your vocabulary is, this is not for me, oh, I cannot afford that, or oh no, no, I could not have it, this is too much. And what I mean by that are, let's say someone tells you, oh, you know, I would love to have a house with a pool. What do you think about that? Is it also your dream? And you're like, oh no, I would never afford that. Like, no, this is for the rich people. And guys, like this, you cannot think like that. Because what makes you worse of a person than all those rich people you are thinking about? We are all rich. We are all rich. It's just that some people feel in their hearts that they deserve wealth and abundance, and some just do not. And of course, we are all born in different circumstances, different environments. However, that mindset you are pretty much born with when you're born into a certain family. So the first thing you will have to completely remove from your vocabulary is, oh, I would never afford that, or oh, I would never be able to have this. This goes away in 2023, guys. Now more than ever, you have to get yourself out of that financial mindset that tells you that you are not enough. This is the first thing. And even if you don't feel that way now, fake it till you make it. Think of the most expensive things that you would love to have in your life, whether it's a house, whether it's a pool, whatever it might be, and put in your head that yes, I do deserve this. I just have to change myself to be in tune with that wealth. So this is the first point, guys. Number two, when it comes to mindset that keeps you poor, is you still might think unconsciously that money is the source of all evil. And this is a construct that basically very rich people kept inputting into our heads for centuries to keep us poor and for them to get more wealthy and more wealthy and more wealthy. And you know, also in the film industry or music industry, very often, even like now, but more so back in the day in, let's say, our parents or grandparents' times of youth, it was so prominent to say that the money is the source of all evil and only bad people have a lot of money because they surely stole it from the poor, vulnerable people. And yeah, guys, this is just a lot of crap, and you're gonna have to completely remove it from your mindset. The statements that the money is source of all evil is absolute BS. And you know, you might think to yourself now when you're watching me, oh my god, I would never think that. But when it really comes to your everyday life, when it comes to your instincts and your first thoughts when it comes to rich people, what do you really think? You know, these are things that I catch myself on to as well. I used to, at least. You know, that I wanted to be rich, I wanted to be wealthy, I wanted to have no problems when it comes to my financials, but did I really think that money was good? You know, think about it and let me know in the comments, because this is such a big construct in our human experience that most of us have it encoded. And this is also a thing that you absolutely have to get rid of, because if anything, money is just energy. okay? Just like air, just like electricity, money is also energy. And you know, to think of it that it's bad, it will never come to you because you don't like it, right? Because you think it's a bad thing. So think of that, sit with it, and let me know in the comments below if you do resonate with that statement, because I know that so many people do. Like, even when I would listen to some people talk, some random people, like every time, so often I would hear that, oh yeah, he's rich, he has 2 houses, you know, he stole so much money. Because he couldn't do it on his own. He couldn't do it doing his own work, or his own business would never make so much money. He had to have stolen that money. You know, these are the statements that I come across so often. And in some cases, okay. But in many cases, they couldn't be further from the truth. It's just about, you know, accepting the fact that some people attract money way easier than we do. And this is something that you have to definitely think about. Now, the third point is that you have to start paying yourself first. So what I mean by that, this is actually something that came very hard for me to do. And I still sometimes struggle with it, but I do try my hardest to always do that. So let's say you get your salary, right? You get your paycheck, and the first thing you do is you pay, let's say, your rent, your mortgage, you pay all the bills that you have to do, and you are left with a certain amount of money. And then, well, some of us just go ahead and party throughout the whole weekend after the paycheck. Some of us splurge that money all over, and some of us try to save it, but basically you're saving from all that amount that you have left, and you actually have to reverse it. And the first thing you do when you get your paycheck is you take a certain amount of money, even if it's $50, and you put it aside, and you do not touch it, you do not think about it, and you do not see it. And this is how you pay yourself, right? From everything you've earned, you're gonna have some money that you have to spend for food, for housing, etc. But there is also that little certain amount of money that you have to keep aside. And this is the money that you do not touch. And this is what is gonna pile month after month after month, and at the end of the year you might actually end up with a very good chunk of money that you have never thought that you might actually have. So pay yourself first and then do the rest. Number 4, and this is something that has been very big in my life, because I did do it. And I am so proud of myself, I did. And that is, you are afraid to jump, and you do have to jump. So let's say you have a kind of steady work with kind of steady income, but nothing to be happy about. But you do have certain ideas. Maybe you want to start your own business, whatever it might be. However, that steady reality of what you're having at the moment kind of keeps you away from your dreams and what you really want to do. Maybe you want to be an artist, or maybe you want to create something or produce something, but you still hang on to that old job, you know, 9 to 5, just because it's safe and secure and you do not have to take risk. But let me tell you guys, the more risk you take, the more champagne you drink. And one time I did have to take that jump, and I did, and you know, it was very scary, of course, and it was very stressful. However, it paid off so well. And if I didn't do it, if I, you know, remained in the job that I absolutely hated, I did have a steady income, but again, nothing to be happy about, I would be pretty much a complete wreck of a person at the moment, because I wouldn't make it emotionally, I wouldn't have made it, you know, psychologically. I was so destroyed by my situation. And I decided that enough is enough, and I did take that jump. I did know that I have so much to offer with my, you know, creativity, with my knowledge, that I didn't have to do what other people normally do. And this is a big point, guys. If you are still afraid to jump from the cliff, remember, you will not know if you have wings to spread if you don't try to fly. And let me tell you, we all have pretty big wings. So jump, guys. If you have an idea and you truly believe in it, jump from that cliff and it will work out, trust me. Number 5, also very crucial, and that is, you do not give much to other people because you are constantly afraid that you are not gonna have enough, that it's gonna be you who will be lacking the money. And what I mean by that is not being generous with your friends and family, not being generous when it comes to charities, not being generous when it comes to helping other people, and also investing your time into other people's life. So these are those very crucial things that you really have to think about when you think about wealth in general. Am I giving enough to receive enough? Because every time I notice that all the time, every time I give something, let's say extra, to someone, you know, it might be my friend, even though I am well aware that that particular person who I'm giving something to may not ever give it back to me, might not ever, you know, give something in return. I know, and I catch myself on that all the damn time, that when I give something to somebody, something quite extra that I do not have to, you know what I mean? Something that comes from my heart, I notice that I receive that amount at least twice as much. So you giving wholeheartedly, giving your money or your time to other people will bring you so much more wealth in return. Not only you're gonna become a better version of yourself, you're gonna become a better person, but also you are putting out into universe that you are not afraid of lack. You are not afraid of lack because you're giving. And what basically universe catches on to is that, okay, she's not in the lack, let's give her more. You know what I mean? Whatever it might be, trust me, when you give it, you will receive back at least twice as much. And with that mindset, you are really way more free as a spirit, as a human, than you have been before. So try that and tell me how it goes. This is another one, and this is gonna give you, some of you, just a little of you, kind of tough love from me, okay? But I notice this quite often, especially, you know, that I have some kind of a platform here on YouTube and Instagram. I do some giveaways, I receive products, and some people constantly write to me privately on my email or Instagram to give them something for free. So my next point is, you are still hooked on the freebies. Let's say you go to an event just because you know there are gonna be free samples or something, or free food. That kind of mindset is absolutely the worst. And again, contacting people that might have some platform, and you see that, you know, there are some products coming in and out, you contact them and you ask them to give you something. Guys, nobody, no person, no institution are obliged to give you anything. This is a mindset that you have to just get on with. No person is obliged to give you anything, give you freebies, give you money, whatever it might be that you want, that you see, that you search for. No, stop that. Don't ask for freebies. I notice that people who do that constantly are in the lack. Constantly. These are the people that will never, ever, ever get wealthy. This is what I noticed from my experience of people around me, people that I see online, etc., etc. This is kind of the worst mindset you can have. You know, being that little fox snooping for freebies. No, guys, this cannot be you. If you want to be truly a wealthy person, if you want to be fully open to all the possibilities of what you can achieve with your life, you cannot get through life looking for freebies, because everything you want you can get yourself, trust me. And I know that some people, hang on, I know that some people might now come into the comment section saying that, oh, you say that but you take free stuff from the brands. Guys, nothing is for free, okay? Trust me, nothing here is for free. The fact that I receive products, it is a mutual transaction. And the amount of work that I have to do in order to promote something or review something or even just speak about something, mention it, trust me, it's way more profitable for the brand who sends it than it is for me, okay? So there is no such thing as a freebie here on this channel. Everything that I received you do see, and I always talk about it. So it's not like, you know, I get a product and it's for me only. No, this is for the channel. So yeah, that disclaimer, I hope, clears it all out. What I mean is being in that beggar mentality, which is, you know, writing to people, writing to institutions, to try to collect money and collect stuff just for free, just because you are in that mentality. It is just wrong. I want a freebie, said no rich person ever, okay? All wealthy people don't think about such stuff, because everything they need, they can get themselves. And this is the mindset that you have to have in order to improve yourself in financial department. Now, the next one is that you still might surround yourself with people who constantly complain about the lack of money, about the fact that they cannot afford things they want, and you hear it every day. So, you know, it's gonna get quite hard if it's your parents and you still live with them, I know, but when you are around such people who constantly complain, who constantly worry about money, and trust me, I have been there, because unfortunately my own mom is like that. So, you know, that stress about the lack of money, that stress about am I gonna make it till the next month, is very familiar to me. Unfortunately, this is something that I grew up with, and it was very, very hard for me to remove it from my heart and from my soul and to move forward in life, because I noticed that that mindset completely removed any chance for me to get wealthy, basically. And you know, it's like when people complain, you might think that it doesn't affect you, but it really does, because things you hear on a daily basis and the emotions you receive from other people on a daily basis, it really impacts you. So, you know, even if you don't have such mindset logically when you think about that, if you keep hearing those complaints and you keep feeling that stress that involves around money, you will pick up on it. Trust me, you will, because it's so automatic to get into that kind of emotion for us people. So if you are surrounded with such people who constantly grumble about money and they get very stressed and they throw tantrums about oh my god, I'm not gonna afford paying my bills, oh my god, what am I gonna do, etc, etc. If you cannot escape it, if you cannot just stop meeting those people, if you live with those people and there is no chance for you to escape it, you just have to put on the autopilot and you just have to detach yourself. This is a very good psychological tool. If you have anything to do with narcissistic people in your family, etc., you might be familiar with it. You just completely have to detach yourself. When you hear such complaining, when you feel such emotions, you just put yourself on an autopilot and you move away in your head to whatever place makes you comfortable in your head, and you stay there until that person is gone from the room. Okay? So when you hear that complaining, you just go to your head, just stay on earth with your body, but your mind is completely somewhere else, and think about anything that keeps you away from that complaining. Okay? Very, very, very important, guys. I cannot stress this enough because this affected me personally as well. So I completely understand. And because of such mindset installed in me for years and years and years when I was a young girl, after my parents separated, because in that department, my father is completely different. Unfortunately, this really took a toll on me. It really did. And I think this is something that you absolutely have to change in order to open yourself up to the possibility of wealth in your life. Next one that keeps you poor is that you spend money on unnecessary shite. And let me explain this. Starbucks coffees, cookies on the go, excessive partying, spirits, too much of it at least. All that jazz that's really unnecessary for you to achieve your goal, but you keep spending money on it and you don't even know that you spend it. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, when you go out with your friends, first you eat, right? So there's dinner. You surely have some drinks, another one. And then you go to the party and then you want to have drinks over there as well. It all comes down to spending so much money in one night. And don't get me wrong, I'm very much of a party girl and I love a good party, spending time with my friends, but I do not do it every weekend. And yes, okay, I'm getting old, maybe that's also the reason. I just don't have enough strength to go crazy every single weekend. However, I also do it rarely because I know how much it costs, and the Uber home on top of that. Also, I do see that pattern in my friends' life. Let's say they go to put some petrol in the car and they go to the petrol station, and being there, they get a hot dog, a coffee, maybe some Coke on the go as well. Guys, this is all so much money that you don't have to spend. Also, when it comes to grocery shopping, I highly recommend listing. Just go through your house, see what you really do not have or you're running out of, and make a list. I know this is like talking to a 5-year-old, but trust me, guys, I constantly would not make a shopping list and go to a shop not knowing what I really need, and then I would spend twice as much that I needed to. So always make a list when you go shopping and don't spend money on silly things, especially those silly snacks on the go, like those coffees from Starbucks and those croissants that are like $5 now these days. Just calm down and don't do it. Trust me, you will see the difference in a month. This is a point that will give you the fastest results out of all the points that I've made so far. And the next one is you still focus on the lack of. And what this means is that you constantly focus on what you still do not have, how shitty your apartment looks, how little clothes you have, how little perfumes you have, because it's never enough, right? You still focus on that empty half of glass instead of looking of what there really is already. And when you switch your mindset from, you know, dwelling on the lack to appreciating those smallest things that you already have and from which you can start building on your wealth, everything will change. It will be a slower process, but in the long run, trust me, this change of mindset is absolutely crucial. You know, let's say I had some struggles when it comes to living, because, you know, we had so many roller coasters when it comes to the countries we would live in, stuff like that. And I've been so frustrated because right before we decided to move countries, which is gonna happen soon, I had to stay in the house that I bought with my mom. And at first, of course, I was absolutely mortified because I really didn't want to live with her. You know, it's just not a good vibe living with your parents when you're 30. And I really didn't see it as just a stop on the way, which it really is just a stop on the way, being able to help her finish the house because, you know, it's freshly built. And, you know, just taking my time to nurture the relationship and to nurture this new house that we got, so she can live comfortably here. Instead of that, my first reaction was, oh my God, I am 30, I still do not have my own, I mean, it is my own, but you know what I mean. I still do not have my own big house that I dream of. I still have issues, blah, 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 blah. You know, that was my first reaction. But then it hit me like, this is the worst thing I can do right now, to be angry about my situation that literally nobody is responsible for. No. I am gonna take my time living the way I'm living now, and I'm gonna make the best of it. So what I did instead of, you know, being unhappy about my situation, I have completely amped up the house. I have invested my money and my heart into this new house. I bought new furniture. I decorated it absolutely beautifully. I'm so happy with how this worked out. And this little thing really made me proud. So instead of me dwelling about my current ridiculous situation, I have actually something to be proud of, you know? So whatever it is that you are going through at the moment, just think of it, first of all, as a stop on the way, and also a place that you can start building your future from, okay? Trust me, it applies to any situation in your life. And the richest people, some of them, if they're not old money, people that are self-made billionaires, most of them used to be very poor. And trust me, they did not do it from the mindset of lack. So whatever you have, even if it's not much, build from that. Build from a place that will make you proud of yourself, okay? And remember, everyone has a story to tell, and we all struggled. So the fact that you struggle at the moment doesn't mean this is how your life is gonna look like. Trust me, it can change, but you have to change your approach to it. And it's not ridiculous coaching preaching. Trust me, I've been there. I've been very, very unhappy at times. But when I changed my mindset, everything started falling into place. So sit on that and tell me what you think. And last but not least, guys, I think one of the most important points that I'm gonna make today is you do not believe in your own talents and knowledge. So you constantly feel like everyone is better than you, you constantly feel like you are not enough, and you constantly diminish your own abilities. So all of us have a hobby, all of us have a talent, all of us have something. And what makes you absolutely happy when you do it, this is a sign that maybe you should really look into it. Let's say you love decorating houses. Start with your friends. Start with your friends and go from that and see how people react to your decorations. Even if it's the lowest budget possible, try to find pieces that will suit a personality of your friend and try to change their environment that they live in, and start from that and see where it goes. Or you love drawing. Well, there are so many platforms online where you can sell your pieces that you create. So guys, everyone has something, so start creating. Stop recreating and start creating something on your own. Stop listening to your boss and stop waiting for someone to tell you what to do. Take accountability and change your life on your own, because I'm sure all of you have a talent that you basically hid somewhere in a corner and you forgot about it. And maybe this is the one little thing that keeps you from getting super wealthy. So think about that, guys. Think about what you love doing, what your hobby is, or what talent you pursued when you were little, because maybe this is something that actually may change your life. And I think this is it for today. I try to keep it quite lighthearted and easy, but if you will be interested in more financial talk from me and mindset talk when it comes to wealth and abundance, let me know in the comments and I will be more than happy to make more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for watching and see you in my next one. Bye!